DeShields the second. You guys are locked in on your dose of chalking up sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Look, man, I was in the process of trying to get my setup going here. You guys know how I normally do it. I'm normally live in my studio, and I am in my studio right now. But I couldn't wait. I had to hop on the live stream right away. I couldn't waste too much time trying to go through all the gizmos and all the technicalities. The reality is, I needed to talk to you guys about this trade right away. The Philadelphia Eagles decided to trade for Jaire Alexander today. I want to say what, maybe an hour or so ago, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, who knows? But the Philadelphia Eagles decided to trade for Jaire Alexander. And it's funny, prior to prior to the season starting, I wasn't even excited about the Eagles trade, like making a move for Jaire Alexander to begin with. That's what makes it even more interesting about this move, at least for me, from my perspective. I was never really super excited about bringing in Jaire Alexander to begin with. I was never excited about it. So for them to actually end up trading for him mid-season, after he's kind of already put up some tape with the Ravens, and he hasn't really been the best on the Ravens. I mean, he hasn't really been the healthiest either. You know what I'm saying? Let me actually pull up some numbers here because I don't know how I feel about the move. He can't be any worse than what they already got though. That's what we got to really wrap our mind around. He can't be any worse than Keely Ringo or Adoree Jackson. And some people say, well, Adoree wasn't that bad last week. Oh, he wasn't that bad this week. Listen. Or they say the same thing with Keely. They be like, oh, Keely wasn't that bad last week. He's okay. Listen, man. Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson, they have made fools out of all of us. Especially me. Keely Ringo, I was high on him. I can't be high on that dude right now. I will say this though. The Eagles got him for basically nothing, right? The Eagles got him for nothing. They don't owe him any real money. They traded for him mid-season, so they're basically paying whatever the Raiders decided to, whatever the Ravens decided to pay him. So they're not in a position where they have to pay any big money to him. They only gave up a seventh round pick. Let's make sure I got that right here. They gave up a sixth round pick. They gave up a 2026 sixth round pick. I can't get mad at them about that. They gave up nothing for him. And they got a pick back. They got Jaire Alexander and they got a 2027 seventh round pick in exchange for a 2026 sixth round pick. I can't look at the Eagles and say, oh, bad move. It's not a bad move, man. It's not a bad move. Especially when your cornerback position it's been bad. Outside of Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, that position has just been all over the place. Adoree Jackson can't stay healthy. He can't consistently stay with guys in coverage. Keely Ringo can't tackle, can't stay with guys in coverage. It hasn't been good. It hasn't been a good move. I'm sorry, it hasn't been a good year by that CB2 spot. So you got to keep in mind, this is the second trade the Eagles have made in the past few days. This is the second cornerback they traded for. So they're basically telling you, with their move that is, they're telling you straight up that their biggest concerns aren't at edge. That's what they believe. They believe their biggest problem was never the edge rusher. Because some people argued and said, hey, we need more from edge. I was one of those people that said we needed more from edge. I was also one of those people who said we need more from the CB2 spot, right? But I think based off of these moves, and make sure you guys smash that like button as well, right? Make sure you guys smash that hype button too. Based off these moves, Howie Roseman is telling you their biggest concern down the line is corner. That's what this move tells me. They're more concerned about that cornerback 2 spot than they are edge rusher. Now, Aziz Ojulari has been placed on IR. So you did take a hit there. Marcus Epps is on IR. but I think they're just trying to hide him on the roster. You also have at edge, you got BG, who's going to play against Green Bay. Nolan Smith is going to be back against Green Bay. You got Josh Uche. You got Jalen Hunt. You got Patrick Johnson. That's your edge rusher crew. And now Aziz is going to come back at some point. So when you compare the depth at edge and then you compare it to the depth at cornerback 2, I can see why Howie Roseman would prioritize CB2. I can see that. My fault, y'all. This dog is all over the place. But I can see why Howie Roseman would prioritize CB2. Keely Ringo's been missing tackles. He can't cover consistently. Adoree Jackson has been hurt all year in and out of the lineup. Can't trust his health as well. Like, is Jaire really the worst option at this point, right? At this point in the season, is Jaire the worst option? I can't say he is. And they still traded for Michael Carter II at nickel. So I think they've hedged their bet, personally. I think they put themselves in a position where they have position versatility. They have versatility. I don't think they're in a bad position right now. Think about this, right? Think about this. You traded for Michael Carter II. He provides you versatility at nickel, right? That means Cooper DeJean can play outside if need be. And then you'll put Michael Carter II on the inside at nickel. And obviously you got Quinyon on the outside, right? You also got versatility with, if you want to keep Cooper DeJean on the outside, on the inside, you got Jaire Alexander to help you on the outside with Quinyon. So the move doesn't hurt. I think, in my humble opinion, I think the cornerback room just got upgraded. Whether we realize it or not, that room got upgraded. Your room went from Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Keely Ringo, Adoree Jackson, Jacorian Bennett, to Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jaire Alexander, Michael Carter II, Jacorian Bennett, Matt McWilliams. You still got Adoree and Keely on the roster. You got better. You got better. You did get better there. And, I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Trey said Jaire is burnt toast. Feet on Land says we got Carter and Jaire for literally nothing. Antonio Holmes says, Tone, we just got better. I think we got better too. Let's see here. Big Birds with the super chat. Thank you, Big Birds. I appreciate you. They said here Christian Parker coached up Jaire in Green Bay. Did he? Let me double check that. I didn't even know that. Let me check that out. Let me see. Oh, he was in Green Bay. What years was this? He was in Green Bay for 2019, and he was in Green Bay for 2 years, for 2019 and 2020. Okay. He was the defensive quality control coach. So he didn't really coach Jaire Alexander. He was a quality control coach. I'm sure Jaire knows who he is, but he didn't directly coach Jaire Alexander. I mean, he assisted the defensive coordinator at the time, Mike Patine. But regardless, though, I mean, look, it's a familiar face, right? It's a familiar face. It's a familiar player that Christian Parker's used to. And by the way, Christian Parker, he ain't no pushover either. Christian Parker is the kind of coach that's going to tell you like it is. And he's also the kind of coach that's going to not pull any punches. We see how Christian Parker handles Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, how he talks to all those guys, right? Jaire Alexander, we know Jaire Alexander is somebody that has a lot of personality. A lot of personality. He plays the game with a lot of swagger. He plays the game with a lot of juice. He talks his trash. So he's going to bring an edge to that defense, by the way. He's going to bring an edge to that defense. Quinyon, he don't do but so much talking, but he ain't afraid to go back and forth with you. Cooper DeJean be talking his own little trash as well. right? You know, Sidney Brown plays tough. Andrew Makuba plays tough, right? Makuba he's been going through his fair share of, you know, rookie mistakes, but Jaire Alexander instantly brings more swagger to your defense. Instantly. It's not even a question. But I want to be clear about this too. I am on record prior to the season starting saying that I did not want Jaire Alexander. And I want to make sure that my statements are understood if you decide to go back and rewatch it. Because again, I'm on record and I'm not going to run away from that. I was very clear about it. I did not want Jaire Alexander on this roster when the season started or before the season started. The reason I didn't want that is because I was banking on Kelee Ringo being a better player. Kelee Ringo didn't live up to his end of the bargain. That's what happened, at least for me. I thought Kelee Ringo would be a better guy. He did not become the guy I thought he would become. As a matter of fact, the Eagles have made so many moves because he did not live up to expectation. Think about that. Think about how many moves the Eagles had to make because Kelee Ringo didn't live up to expectation. So now we're in a position where Adoree Jackson has been hurt and he hasn't been consistent. And on top of that, Kelee Ringo hasn't been good. Jacorian Bennett was on IR. He just got taken off IR. We don't know how good he can be. So now you're in a position where, okay, you got to take another shot in the dark. And that's where Jaire Alexander comes in. Jaire Alexander, you still got Jaire Alexander for way less than you probably would have had to pay him. So I can't even get mad at the move. I think this move helps you. This move helps you for sure. Obviously, the circumstances aren't favorable, but it is what it is. Let me read some of these super chats. Trenton Wright says, Tone. And thank you for the super chat, Trenton. He said, Tone, this trade was epic. We're so freaking back. We never left, Bob. We never left. You feel me? We never left. All right. Green Dream with the super chat. Green Dream says, man, Jaire is a big upgrade. I'm so goddamn prompt. Bro, Green Dream, it's an upgrade. I think the ceiling is higher with Jaire out there than it is Adoree Jackson or Jacorian Bennett or Kelee Ringo. I think the ceiling is higher. I think the ceiling is definitely higher. My feelings still don't change about Jaire, though. I definitely feel like Jaire is a guy whose health is something. It's hard. You can't bank on his health. If he's healthy for the Eagles, that'd be amazing. But I don't know how confident I should feel when it comes to Jaire Alexander's health. It hasn't been good the past few seasons. It hasn't been good. So I am concerned about that. I'm also concerned with what he has left. I haven't heard good things about him in Baltimore. Let me try to see if I can find some PFF stuff for him. Let me see what we got. So, wow, Jaire Alexander has not been good this year. He's only 61 snaps on the season? What the hell's going on? He only got 61 snaps on the year? Dog. I mean, Howie definitely bought low. But I'm looking at this guy Huff right now. Like, what the hell? Let me check this out, man. Hold on. I'm looking up Jaire Alexander's injury history. Okay. They don't have anything from this season. Jaire Alexander, man. How healthy is he? That's the question. How healthy is he? All right. My young boy Cody, what's good, Cody? Cody Figueroa with the super chat. He says, "You think we use one of the cornerbacks we have for an edge?" That's a good question. That's a good question. That is a real good question, man. This damn dog. Let's see. Cody, I'm not sure, man. I think the Eagles could definitely use more help at edge for sure. But based off the moves they've made, they're telling you they have more concerns about that corner spot than they do that edge rusher spot. Because you've been without Nolan Smith for the past 4 weeks. Nolan Smith is going to have fresh legs. I expect Nolan Smith to be better. Jalen Hunt is actually trending up. Jalen Carter trending up. Jordan Davis trending up. Moro Jomo having a career year right now, right? Josh Uche has been playing well for you right now. You got Brandon Graham coming back. Patrick Johnson hasn't been awful. So I think if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at my defensive line, and I'm looking at my edge rusher group as a group that's trending up, and they're getting better as the season goes. Again, Aziz Ojulari was playing well for the Eagles before the hamstring, right? Nolan Smith has to hit his stride. Jalen Hunt is starting to hit his stride. He has back-to-back weeks of impacting the game tremendously, especially in the run game, right? Josh Uche has been affecting the game very well. Like we'll see. We'll see what Jaire Alexander can do for the Eagles. But I think that's why they also traded for Michael Carter. Trading for Michael Carter gives you versatility. It hedges your belt. It hedges your bet. It definitely hedges your bet. Because since you got Michael Carter the second from the Jets, he's a nickel. So he's going to allow Cooper DeJean to play outside if necessary. If Jaire Alexander becomes a player for you, you got Jaire on the outside with Quinyon, and you got Cooper DeJean in the slot. You know what I mean? So they got options here. They got options. Alex says, check Jeff Zubrock's tweets. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Yo, people are the worst. People are the worst, man. Yeah, look, we'll see, man. the Jaire Alexander move he hasn't been good this year. He just hasn't been good. He's barely played. Jeff Zrebick. Let's see who this is. Jeff Zrebick. I don't know who this is. Okay. Senior staff writer for The Athletic, Baltimore. Okay, let me see. Okay, here it is. All right. I'm looking at these tweets right now by Jeff Zrebick. Let me turn this camera around, see if I can read these things. All right, so here we go. This is what Jeff is saying. All right. It says, Jaire Alexander was a healthy scratch the past 2 games and was active but didn't play a snap in week 6. Ravens have raved about how well he's handled it, how hard he's worked to stay ready, but he obviously wants to play, and there was no immediate path to playing time. Ravens playing three safeties at all times, so there's just not many snaps for reserve cornerbacks right now. And he was fourth or five on the team's cornerback depth chart. He also doesn't play special teams, while TJ Tampa and Quinyon Martin do. So it was going to be tough to crack the game day roster. Let's see what else we got. It says here, Jaire Alexander gets an opportunity to play, and the Ravens create roughly $2 million in cap space by moving on, and they get another 6th-round pick in the 2026 draft. They now have 8 picks for the 2026 draft in hand, and they could get as many as 3 comp picks. So that's what they're saying, man. We'll see. And this guy, Jeff Zrebeck, he works for The Athletic. He's a senior staff writer for The Athletic Baltimore, covering the Ravens. So he works for The Athletic via the New York Times, and he covers the Ravens. So he's pretty locked in on the Ravens. So apparently it was a numbers game with the Ravens. Obviously, their starting corners are Marlon Humphrey, and who else they got out there? I know they obviously got Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton out there as well. You know, look, man, low risk, high reward. It can't hurt you more than Keely Ringo or, yo, what do you want, man? Fam. Don't look at me like that. Relax. Oh my God, this dude's crazy. This guy's nuts. Anyway. One Big She said he liked the trade, Tone. I know, right? Nate Wiggins, that's who it is. Nate Wiggins. That's who else they got over there. So they got Nate Wiggins. They got Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, and they play with 3 safeties. So apparently it was a numbers game. Let me see. Let's see what my S-Blunt said. It says, per Cameron Wolf. Let's see what Cameron Wolf is talking about. S-Blunt says, per Cameron Wolf on X, Eagles would like to trade for Dolphins edge Jalen Phillips at the right price, per sources. I'm told Vic Fangio thinks highly of Phillips from their year together in Miami. Hey, let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. This is what happens when you are a part of the Philadelphia Eagles. You see, when these other organizations, when these other fan bases try to talk crazy to me, I look at them and I say to myself, why are you talking to me like that, though? Why are you talking to me like that for? What'd I do to you? What'd I do to you? Like, it's a blessing being a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a blessing because Howie Roseman is always going to pull the trigger. Howie Roseman always going to do what needs to be done. He's not going to sit on his hands like Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be looking crazy like those guys in New York. He's not going to have guys with sexual assault allegations in the building like the Commanders. You feel what I'm saying? And the Commanders are under new ownership, by the way. But guess what? They got to earn their stripes before they can really talk to us. They got to earn their stripes. This is why you cannot ever overreact. You got to always roll with the punches with the Eagles. Always roll with the punches with the Eagles. Roll with the punches because something good always going to come from it. Something good always going to come from it. And again, I say the Jaire Alexander trade, it isn't fantastic, but low risk for sure. You gave up a 6th-round pick to get Jaire Alexander, and you still got a pick back. You still got to pick back. So I'm not mad at the move to get Jaire Alexander. Keely Ringo was not giving you anything consistent. Adoree Jackson has been hurt and inconsistent as well. Like, you traded for a nickel and Michael Carter II. So hopefully he could pan out and give you versatility. But they were getting anything. They weren't getting nothing. They were getting nothing from that position. I'm done pulling my punches for Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson. They were getting nothing. Finito, nada. They weren't getting nothing, man. Let me see. Left Coast Eagle says, I still remember when Jalen Phillips gave Lane fits when they played last. Oh, yeah, that was 2 seasons ago. I remember that. I don't think the Eagles done, though. By the way, you guys, we got over 330 people on the stream, man. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well to the channel. I don't think the Eagles are done. I'm looking at tweets right now. I don't think the Eagles are done by any stretch of their imagination. I don't think they're done at all. I also heard that the Eagles they're looking into Jermaine Johnson with the Jets. We'll see, though. We'll see, though. We'll see. I think, again, regardless, though, Jaire Alexander, he does bring an edge to the defense. Hopefully he can stay healthy. As a matter of fact, let me ask you guys a question. Let me put a poll in here. Let me see. Let me put a little poll in here. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right, let's see what we're doing. All right, y'all, we got the poll up. Let's see what we got. I need to know from y'all, was Jaire Alexander, was that a good move? Was that a good move? Let's see. Most of y'all feel like it was a good move. Let me read this right here. My man Ian Blackwell Sr. with the super chat. He says, Howie ski mask is gold. I'm convinced. They really didn't give up much to get him. A 6th-round pick, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about giving up a 6th-round pick at all. Eric says, nice depth move. I agree with that. P. Werv, he said, for what it's worth, yes. I agree. Like, when I factor in all the variables, when I factor in everything that led up to this moment, I can't say this is a bad move for the Eagles. I can't. I was against the move before the season started because I wanted to see what else we had as far as depth goes. And it turns out we don't really have much there. The Eagles are telling you. They're telling you what they think. They are telling you what they think of that cornerback room. If your name not Quinyon, if your name not Cooper DeJean, they don't trust you. That's what this is all. This was telling me straight up. They traded for 2 corners. And how long? They traded for Michael Carter 2 days ago. 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, excuse me. They traded for Michael Carter on the 29th, and they traded for Jaire Alexander on the 1st. Over the course of a weekend, the Philadelphia Eagles have traded for 2 corners. They traded for 2 corners. 2. Not an edge rusher, not a safety, not an O-lineman. They're telling you, if your name is not Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean, we don't trust you. And honestly, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. You got to hedge your bet at that corner spot right now. You got to. I can't even get mad at him because you're getting good play from linebacker. You're getting okay play from safety. You're getting decent play from the defensive line. That defensive line is led by their interior. They're led by that Eagles D line is led by Jalen Carter. They're led from the inside out. So if I'm Howie Roseman, this is what I think he's thinking. If you're just hopping into the stream, I think Howie Roseman is looking at it from this perspective. My D-line is coming off of having a 5-sack game. My D-line is also playing better in run defense over the past couple weeks. My 3 D tackles, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Moro Jomo combined for 3 sacks, each getting 1. Josh Uche had a strip sack that was called back because they called it an incomplete pass, but it was really a strip sack. Jalen Hunt is getting to the quarterback and defending the run well. You're also getting a pass rush from Jihaad Campbell, who's giving you versatility as well. That's another thing we got to keep in mind. Jihaad Campbell can play edge rusher, and now that Nakobe Dean is back, you got Jihaad Campbell who can now help you on the edge. We all know Jihaad Campbell's snaps at inside linebacker have been going down, but you got Nakobe Dean and Zack Baun at inside linebacker. Jihaad Campbell can help you off ball. He can help you on the edge. So in theory, Howie Roseman is thinking that his defensive line is trending up, whereas that cornerback room is going nowhere fast. I actually understand him pulling the trigger on cornerback first, then pulling the trigger on edge rusher first. I actually understand the logic. Tell me if you guys agree or disagree. You got Nakobe Dean back playing next to Zack Baun. Nakobe Dean snaps going up. Jihaad Campbell snaps have been going down. Nakobe Dean is better in run defense. He's also better in play recognition. Jihaad Campbell provides you versatility, not only as an inside linebacker, but also as an off-ball linebacker, as an edge rusher. You're going to get Nolan Smith back. You're coming off of a 5-sack game from your defensive line. Jalen Carter gave you a sack. Jordan Davis gave you a sack. Moro Jomo gave you a sack, who's having a career year right now. Josh Uche gave you a strip sack that they turned into an incomplete pass. Jalen Hunt gave you a sack and is defending the run well right now. They're taking the ball away. You still got Patrick Johnson as depth. Aziz Ojulari is going on IR, but he won't be on IR the whole time. Moro is trending up. Jalen Carter trending up. Jordan Davis, keep doing what you're doing, big fella. Jalen Hunt trending up. Nolan Smith coming back. BG is in the building now who's going to help run defense. BG is going to add a lot of fire to that room. So when you think about the defensive line, you think about the edge rushers, There's nowhere near that level of optimism with the cornerback room. And by the way, you guys, if you're just hopping in, the Eagles only gave up a 2026 sixth-round pick to get Jaire Alexander. They also got a 2027 seventh-round pick in return. The Eagles got Jaire Alexander from the Ravens, and they also got a 2027 seventh-round pick in exchange for a 2026 sixth-round pick alone. They got a player and a pick back for a sixth-round pick. Not bad at all. Not bad. And again, I think Howie is looking at that D-line and saying they're trending up. Would you guys agree or disagree? Is that D-line trending up in your eyes? We got over 105 votes, over 100 votes, and 90% of you guys said that Jaire Alexander trade was a good move. 10% of you said no, it wasn't a good move. Listen, the Eagles are telling you, they hedged their bet. This don't work. They hedged their bet. They hedged their bet. You can't forget the Michael Carter trade. You can't forget that. That has to be included in this conversation. Prior to this trade, Quinyon Mitchell on the outside. You had Cooper DeJean, who was playing nickel but also moonlighting on the outside. You had Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo, who've been in and out of the lineup and haven't been good for you. Been very inconsistent, right? So, now post trades, you've added Michael Carter II. You've added Jaire Alexander. You're trending like, and it provides them versatility. Hypothetically speaking, let's say if Michael Carter doesn't work out, Nick Cooper DeJean is playing on the inside, you still got Jaire to play outside, right? If Jaire doesn't work out, but Michael Carter does, you got Michael Carter playing in the slot. You got Cooper DeJean playing on the outside. Like, you got to put it in perspective. You got to put it in perspective. You got to put stuff in perspective, man. I'm not mad at the move, not one bit. Yo, puppy, move. I'm not mad at the move at all. And you still got your Quinyon Bennett. Let me see, man. Let me see what else we got. $100 Dada. 100 Dada says D-line is only going to get better as the season goes. Y'all got to stop being scary. Listen, don't get me wrong. If they go get another edge rusher, I'm cool with that. If they go get another edge rusher, I am cool with that. But if they don't, I'm not going to overreact because I'm for one who thinks that the D-line is trending upwards. Let me see here. I'll tell you this right now, though. Again, I say, I'm grateful that the Philadelphia Eagles is the organization I grew up rooting for. Because can you imagine Can you imagine being a Cowboys fan? Can you imagine being a Giants fan? Can you imagine being a Commanders fan when all they do is just sit on their hands? All they do is sit on their hands. That's all they do. Like they just do nothing and watch. They just watch. They just watch. Tiffany, I'm ignoring you, by the way. I'm ignoring you, Tiff. Can you imagine being like a Chargers fan, or can you imagine being like a Jets fan? Like, yo, if you go down your timeline, all you see is Cowboy fans saying, damn, the Eagles always shooting shots. All you see is Cowboys fans saying, damn, the Eagles always, you know what I mean? They always making moves, man. Always making moves. Yeah. That's why I absolutely have no problem. I absolutely have no problem when the Eagles take shots like this. I have no problem. Schoolboy 6092 says AJ reunited with his son. LOL, so heartwarming. Yo, that's funny. He said he reunited with his son. How can you? Can't get mad at the Eagles at all. Cannot get mad at them at all. Like, this is why when people try to say, oh, you know, like Jalen Hurts got this, Jalen Hurts got that. So, and you mad, bruh? Why you mad? Like tell y'all GM to step his weight up. Tell your GM that you can't. Tell your owner he can't take the money with him. Listen, get Jerry on the phone and tell Jerry, hey, listen, Jerry, you can't take the money with you. You can't take the money. Listen, if I was Stephen Jones, right? If I was Stephen Jones, I would literally call my dad, Jerry Jones, and say, listen, Dad, you can't take the money with you. You're rich beyond your wildest dreams. You got more money than you can spend. You're going to be dead in God knows how long. You can't take the money with you. Just cut the checks. You can't take the picks with you. You can't be afraid to lose them. Scared money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'm going to take your money. That's one of my favorite Meek Mill lines. That's one of my favorite Meek Mill lines. Scared money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'ma take your money. That's what the Eagles been doing. The entire time Howie Roseman has been in control, that's what he's been doing. That's what he's been doing. He been cutting the check. He been spending that money like he ain't scared. He been spending that money, spending them picks like he know he gonna get it back. Like he know he gonna get it back. That's the thing. Yo, how are you? Yo, how that Raw song go? I'm your neighborhood drug dealer. How he moving like he got the re-up money already on base. He ready. He ready. Green Wingman with the super chat says, and the player gave back $5 million to be on the team. Michael Carter, exactly. Michael Carter gave back money to the Jets. Michael Carter gave money to the Jets so he can come play in Philly. Think about that. Think about that. If you're just joining the live stream, the Philadelphia Eagles traded for Ravens cornerback Jaire Alexander and a 2027 seventh round pick, and they sent their own 2026 sixth round pick to the Ravens. So the Eagles basically got a player and a pick back for a sixth round pick for this upcoming draft. The Eagles received, I repeat, the Eagles received Jaire Alexander, cornerback Jaire Alexander, and a 2026, and a 2027 seventh round pick for their 2026 sixth round pick. On top of that, we can't forget the Philadelphia Eagles received Michael Carter II, a nickel corner, from the Jets in exchange for. They also got a 2027 seventh round pick as well in exchange for a 2027 sixth round pick and John Mechie. So the Eagles sent John Mechie the third and a sixth round pick to the Jets in exchange for Michael Carter II, a corner, and a seventh round pick. And they got cornerback Jaire Alexander and a 2027 seventh round pick in exchange for a 2026 sixth round pick with the Ravens. So Eagles haven't really given up much right now. All these moves have definitely been low risk, high reward. I'm on record indicating that I'm not the biggest Jaire Alexander fan. I was saying that before the season even started. And I was also on record saying that Keely Ringo deserves a shot. I also was on record saying that, Jaire Alexander, I don't trust his health. I also was on record saying that, hey, Keely Ringo can be a player for the Eagles. So we all can't be right. We all ain't going to be wrong either. The bottom line is the CB2 spot was going nowhere fast. That's the one thing we got to remind ourselves about. The CB2 position was going nowhere fast. Meanwhile, edge rusher and D tackle have been trending up. CB2, it's no way you were going to be able to get through the remainder schedule. Listen, look at that schedule. Look at that schedule. You got Green Bay coming up. You got Detroit. You got the Chicago Bears. You got the Dallas Cowboys. You got the Buffalo Bills. Like, you can't play around with CB2. You can't play around with CB2 right now. We saw those first 8 weeks where they looked like they have a terrible cornerback 2 play. We saw that. You got the Chargers coming up, Commanders, like, you can't play around with CB2. You can't. We saw what we saw, man. Keely had his opportunity. It's over for that. Adoree Jackson had his opportunity. It's over for that. Adoree can't stay healthy. And Keely Ringo can't guard a damn fire hydrant. So when you think about it from that perspective, CB2 was going nowhere fast. There's no way you could go through another 8 weeks, another 9 weeks like this. No way. No way. I can't even sit here and pretend like the Eagles were going to be in a good position at that position. I can't sit here and pretend like those guys gave me optimism. They didn't. They gave me no optimism. None. None whatsoever. So, look. Ringo, you had your shot, brother. Let me see. Let me ask y'all a question. I got another question to ask y'all. Let me see. All right. I got to ask y'all a question. Is the Eagles D line trending up? See what y'all talking about. All right. So far, all of you guys are saying yes. We got 15 votes in. S. Blunt says someone has to go, Tone. Do you think it's Bennett or Jackson? Oh, it's definitely Jackson. Definitely Jackson. You've seen that. It's definitely Jackson. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's without a doubt Jackson. But again, I want to put this in perspective, right? You know, I understand people still have concerns about edge rusher, and I don't think people are wrong for having their concerns about it. Edge rusher concerns are legitimate. It's legitimate. But I think Howie Roseman's mindset is, I get Nolan Smith back. I'm adding BG to the conversation. Jalen Hunt looks like he's starting to get home more often. Josh Uche has been getting pressure all year long. You got Jihaad Campbell, who provides versatility, right? Obviously, Aziz Ojulari went on IR with the hamstring, but I think Aziz is going to come back eventually. I just think this Eagles team, Howie Roseman knows that they're led by their interior. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, or Moro Jomo. I think Howie Roseman feels like that's the strength of his line. That's the strength of it. And the other edge rushers are going to have to play off of that interior. They're going to have to, like Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, they command Moro Jomo. They command so much attention that they're going to create one-on-ones for those edge rushers. So basically, what Howie Roseman is saying is, and again, this is if they don't trade for an edge rusher, but basically what they're saying is, y'all got to start winning y'all matchups. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Moro Jomo, they're getting the bulk of the sacks right now. I think Jordan Davis and Moro Jomo lead the team in sacks right now. So when you think about it from that perspective, you're getting a lot of your sack production from the interior. You're getting a lot of it from the interior. Those guys on the edge got to win their one-on-ones. You got Nakobe Dean back, meaning that Jihaad Campbell's going to get more snaps on the edge, right? You're going to see more situations like that. You know, Zack Baun and Nakobe Dean always flying in as that extra man. You know, this pass rush goes beyond just the traditional edge rushers. They send 4 or 5 in any combination. So, all right, so through 45 votes, 89% of y'all said the D-line is trending up. 11% of y'all said no, it's not. Joshua Mullen says, I'll feel better once Howie trades for an edge. If Howie trades for an edge rusher, it's going to get spooky. Philly Champion Fishing says, I like seeing Jalen Carter on the edge as well. Ian Senior says, edge rushers weren't disciplined and not getting home. Getting there but not finishing. Vic will correct that. They just got to stay in their rush lanes on edge. I think that's another problem as well. They had, when the season first started, they weren't really that disciplined. I think we all could agree with that. They weren't that disciplined with their rush lanes. We got another super chat from Justin Long. Justin Long said, Tone, this is going to be a steal. The Ravens clearly haven't used their defense as well this year. Jaire with Coop and Q, people will see how good he is. Bruh. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people, man. Dog, come on, man. Come here, give me the damn toy. So yeah, again, I'm not mad at the move, y'all. I like the move for Jaire Alexander. I think Jaire Alexander can help this team. I really do. I think Justin Long. I think I'm more inclined to feel like what you're feeling than anywhere else. Like, because you can't get no worse than Adoree Jackson and Kelee Ringo right now. Seriously, can they have gotten worse there? Could they really have gotten worse? I'm gonna ask y'all straight up. Is Jaire Alexander worse than Ringo or Jackson? I'm asking y'all straight up. Is Jaire Alexander worse than Ringo and Adoree Jackson? Because I need to know. I need to know, man. I need to know what the vibes are. Because I'm not feeling like I think you can't get I don't think Jaire Alexander can come in here and play worse than Ringo and Adoree Jackson have. Iron Man says, to be honest, he was supposed to sign with us before the season started. To your point, you know, I didn't want Jaire Alexander before the season started. Remember that. I'm on record saying that. I made it very clear that I did not want Jaire Alexander in the offseason. I spoke about it consistently. But obviously, I expected more out of Kelee Ringo and I expected more out of Adoree Jackson than what we got. And frankly, neither of them had lived up to expectations. So at this point, is Jaire Alexander so bad when you think about it in that context? Is Jaire Alexander so bad to the point where you can't take a chance on him? Would you rather go through this stretch with Kelee Ringo and Adoree Jackson? That's how I'm looking at it. And I spoke very honestly about Jaire Alexander's injury history. And I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of it. Jaire Alexander's injury history makes me nervous. That man's injury history is honestly something that makes me very apprehensive. But at the same time, I don't know if the Eagles can do worse. I don't know if the Eagles can do worse, y'all. I don't know if they can do worse. All right, so I'm looking at y'all right now. It says here. All right. 86% of y'all said, nah, Jaire Alexander is not worse than Ringo and Jackson. Carlton says Jaire is better than Ringo and Adore Jackson. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Relax. Come here. Come here, dog. I asked y'all this question. Is Jaire Alexander worse? He's not. I think Jaire Alexander is an instant upgrade. And you got Carter in the slot in case things go wrong. Can you stop pulling the jersey off, man? Hey, can you stop it, please? Come here. He don't like nothing you give him. Come here. This little dog is a piece of work, man. Come here. Come here. Let me help you. Come here. I'm gonna help you get it off. Come here. I'm gonna help you get it off. Come here. Gosh darn it. You obviously don't like it. You don't like it. All right, I'll take it off. Huh? Okay, fine. This guy's crazy. Okay. Fine. Get out of here. Anyway. I think we all agree, man. I think overall we agree that the move is a move they had to make. They had to make this move, honestly. They had to make this move. Let's see where we at, man. Y'all showed out for this stream. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, man. Yo, Robert said he went off because he a Cowboys fan. Yo, you know what's so crazy, man? Like, he is like the worst with baths. He don't really like baths like that. He don't really. This dog is a character, man. This dog is a character. See, this is. His name is Loki. Like Thor and Loki. His name is Loki. Loki the Dachshund. Let's see. Loki the Dachshund. Let's see. I appreciate y'all for donating to the channel too, man. I really do appreciate it. That's love. That's love, man. I am Layla says that's my dog names too. Listen, man, for sure. Kataya said, why would you name your dog after the god of mischief? Yo, sometimes I ask myself that exact same question, and I don't know. I think me and my wife was going back and forth about it. And I guess we were just like, you know what? Let's go with Loki. Because I was between Loki and Kiba. It was between Loki and Kiba. But we went with Loki. He looked more like a Loki. Banner said, you heard from LB yet? No. Schoolboy said Kiba, like from Naruto? Yeah, I was gonna name Kiba like that, but I honestly felt like that name was reserved for like a big dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's small. He don't look like a Kiba. He looked more like a Loki. You know what I mean? He's definitely more of a Loki than a Kiba. He's not big enough to be Kiba. He's not big enough. Yo, what's up with people, yo? Yo, love lifeless. Akamaru, yeah. That's a good. I could have did that. I could have did Akamaru. I forgot about that. That's a good point. I forgot. I could have did Akamaru. I could have. But my wife, here's another thing too, right? My wife really didn't want a dog, but I did. So I said, okay, like I'll let you can help me name them. You know what I mean? But Loki is like one of my favorite characters from Marvel, from MCU. My wife loves Loki. Sorry, I keep saying your name, man. My bad. But she loves the L word. She loves that name. So it worked. Yo, Nano say you right. The dog, yo, Akamaru used to get busy. Anyway, I think that's it, man. What else is popping in the NFL streets? Let's see what's popping. What else they got going on? All right, let's see. LB said I was in the movies. Like, what the fuck just happened? Oh man, yo, this is a remarkable time. Again, I say, like, you can't be upset with the move Howie Roseman is making. You can't. You got to give Howie Roseman credit. You got to you got to flat out say you got you got to really sit back and clap and give Howie Roseman his flowers. He never ever leaves you hanging. Howie Roseman will always give you something to talk about. He's going to always give his team an opportunity. That's what I love the most about this GM. That's what I love most about this team. They want to win. The Philadelphia Eagles want to win. And there's never, ever no mistake in it. There's never, ever a question. One thing these national motherfuckers can never do, you want to know what these national guys can never do? They can never question what this organization is about. They can never question what this organization is about, ever. You can't look at the Eagles and question whether or not winning is at the forefront. You can't look at us and question whether or not we want to do right by the city and so on and so forth. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman make it abundantly clear. We care about winning. We ain't in this for the glitz and glam. We ain't in this for the bullshit. You can't say the same about Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. You can't say the same about the Giants organization. You can't say the same about the Commanders. You can't say the same about a lot of these teams. Don't let the Chargers fool you. They don't care about winning. They don't. They don't. More of these organizations care about their bottom line than they do winning. Why do you think it's always the same organizations that's at the top of the league every year in terms of like winning, in terms of like actually winning? There's only certain organizations in this league that I can say they care about winning. Look, matter of fact, let me name them. Let me name them real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me see if I can go through every organization and see if I can tell you whether or not they care about winning or not. But let's go through the divisions. Let's do it that way. Let's go through the divisions. Let's go through the divisions. Kataya's mom sent, appreciate you, sent 5 gift memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. All right, let's see. I can tell you right now. Let's go through the divisions. Let's start in the AFC, all right? I can tell you who care about winning. The Patriots, they care about winning. Even after the Bill Belichick and after the Tom Brady thing, they wasn't down too long. That's another thing people got to understand too. When you actually in it, it seems like forever. But the Patriots have not been down long. They have not. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find the Patriots history. Let me see. All right, here we go. The Patriots, right? The Patriots, they ain't been down too long. Okay, so. All right. Tom Brady left the Patriots after the 2019 season, right? So in 2020, they went 7-9. In 2021, they went 10-7, made it to the playoffs with Mac Jones. That was still Belichick. 2022, they went 8-9 under Belichick. 2023, they went 4-13. 2024, they went 4-13. 2025, they 6-2. They wasn't even down long. You can make an argument. You can make an argument that because they won 12 games in 2019. And they made the playoffs in 2021. So honestly, Patriots only been down for like 4 years. Think about that. Like, anyway, let's keep going. The Patriots, they care about winning. The Buffalo Bills, they care about winning. The Miami Dolphins, they don't care about winning. The New York Jets, they don't care about winning. The Pittsburgh Steelers care about winning. The Bengals don't care about winning. The Ravens care about winning. The Browns do not care about winning. The Colts care about winning. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't think they care about winning. The Houston Texans, I think they care about winning. The Tennessee Titans, I don't think they care. The Denver Broncos, they care about winning. The Chargers, I don't think they care, frankly. I really don't. I don't think Chargers ownership really cares about winning. The Chiefs, we know they care about winning. The Raiders, they don't care. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's go to the NFC now. The Philadelphia Eagles, we know this. The Eagles care about winning. The Dallas Cowboys, they don't care about winning. The Washington Commanders. I think the Washington Commanders care. Listen, Washington has new ownership. They got new ownership. So I don't know what they care about just yet. They made it to the NFC Championship last year. But this year, they're 3-5 right now. I don't think they make the playoffs. So I need a larger sample size from that Washington ownership before I can say whether or not they care about winning or not. The New York Giants, they haven't cared about winning since Tom Coughlin left. Stop it. Now, granted, they got 2 Super Bowls this century. I give them that. They got 2 Super Bowls this century. but their lows are really low. The Giants have 2 amazing highs, but their lows are dog shit. So as of right now, I can't say the Giants care about winning right now. I can't tell. The Green Bay Packers care about winning. Detroit Lions, they care about winning. Chicago, nah, I need to see more. The Minnesota Vikings, nah, I can't take them serious either. I don't take the Vikings serious. I mean, they've been a. I gotta think about that. Tampa Bay, they care about winning. Carolina, they don't care right now. Atlanta, I don't think Atlanta cares about winning as much as they claim to be. New Orleans, they don't care about winning either. They don't care. The Seahawks, I think the Seahawks care. I think the Rams care. I think the 49ers care. I think the Cardinals don't give a damn about nothing. I don't think they care. Go on with it. But yeah, like I said, I don't think it's only certain organizations in this league that actually care about winning, y'all. A lot of them just care about getting a bottom line. A lot of these teams like don't really care. Don't really care, man. They don't really care. A lot of them don't. Hey, get over here. Don't go too far. Let's see where we at, man. I'm pretty ecstatic about what the Eagles have been doing thus far. It feels good actually to see Howie Roseman continue to push the line. Howie Roseman is never gonna sit on his hands, man. Never. Never gonna sit on his hands. Like, y'all, also keep this in mind. By the way, keep this in mind, y'all. Low-key, come here. Come here, boy. Good job. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Let's see where we're at. Again, I say the bottom line is you're at a point in the season where you got a large enough sample size to examine your roster. You've been able to examine this roster through 8 games. 8 games. And you got 9 more to go. I'm sorry, you got 9 more to go. You went through 8 games with this roster. You got 9 more games to go. After what you saw, your biggest issue is clearly at corner. Clearly. And by the way, keep this in mind, y'all. The Eagles weren't a big sack team last year. Last year, the Eagles didn't lead the league in sacks. The Eagles were like middle of the league, middle of the pack in sacks. We got to keep that in mind, too. We won the Super Bowl. We had one of the best defenses in the league, and we really didn't have that many sacks last year. We got to keep that in mind, too. So when you think about it from that perspective, a lot of the time, the Eagles got great coverage last year. They had a strong enough pass rush. They had a strong run defense, and they were able to create turnovers with the pressure, right? They had got good coverage from their cornerbacks. So the Eagles right now, they're still not one of the best teams when it comes to getting sacks, but they get a lot of pressure. They get a lot of quarterback hits, right? What they're missing is stable play from CB2. Stable play from CB2. Your linebackers are going crazy this year right now. You're getting great play from Zack Baun. You're getting remarkable play from Nakobe Dean. Jihaad Campbell's playing well. Obviously, safety, you could be getting better play from there, but it's not the worst in the world, right? You're getting average safety play. If your corners do their job, if Quinyon and Cooper DeJean, who's been playing phenomenal, by the way, you have so much versatility from that group, so much versatility, so much talent there. You add in a Jaire Alexander, you add in a Michael Carter the second, right? And keep in mind, you also have linebackers who can cover. You have linebackers who can cover. Not many teams have linebackers that can cover. 3 linebackers that can cover. Now, Jihaad is a better coverage linebacker than Nakobe, but Nakobe is a better run defender, and Nakobe has stronger play recognition, which is something that was a bit of a knock on Jihaad Campbell coming out of college. They criticized his ability to discern pass from run. So, I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that Nakobe's snaps have gone up while Jihaad Campbell's snaps have gone down. But Jihaad Campbell is still in the football field, right? You're seeing him in pass rush situations. You see him in clear and obvious, coverage situations, right? So overall, they're not. Hey, what are you doing over here? Hey, Loki. Anyway, overall, you just see a team that's getting better. The defense is getting better. Your pass rush is getting better. They are. You're coming off of a 5-sack game. You got to keep that in mind. Tone, S. Blunt says, Tone, check out comments of John McMullen. He says the Eagles acquired 2 quarterbacks this week and their best options remains Keely Ringo. Listen, what we saw from Keely Ringo, man, you can't, no, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. Robert Reed says, Tone, I've been rocking with your channel for a minute. You speak everything on the birds, the best. You speak everything on the birds, the best. And LB, killing them. The move for Jaire Alexander, we running it back. Let's fucking go birds. Robert, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. And I kind of butchered that. I didn't do a good job reading that. I'm a way better reader than I just showed you just now. I'm a way better reader than I just showed you. Tone, I've been rocking with your channel for a minute. You speak everything on the birds. The best, you and LB killing them. The move for Jaire Alexander, we running it back to back, y'all. Let's fucking go birds. Robert, thank you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the content. I definitely appreciate it. I don't take it for granted at all, my man. I don't take it for granted at all. Not one bit. Being an Eagles fan that's born and raised in Philly, that's currently living in Texas, it's a different energy. It's a different vibe, but overall, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, man. I get to rep my team any and everywhere. Marcus Williams. Hey, no. Don't get cute out here. But Marcus Williams says Alexander will allow us to be more versatile in the secondary. Coop will remain on the inside. Yeah, and guess what, Marcus? To your point, right? Let's just say Jaire Alexander doesn't work out, but Michael Carter does. Now you got Cooper DeJean who can play the outside, and you got Michael Carter who's playing well on the inside. You got options here. You got options. You have options. Let me see here. Tony Cadillac with the super chat. Tony Cadillac with the super chat. He says, wonder why Stephen Gilmore wasn't considered. Save picks, and he was solid last year. Maybe the age. Yeah, it's a good point. I don't really know what's going on, and Stephen Gilmore hasn't really gotten too much love from. Hey, no.
Stephon Gilmore hasn't really been getting too many calls from anywhere. So I don't really know what's up with that. Thank you for the super chat, Tony. Russell Baker says, he said, shaking my head, dude couldn't get time in the banged up Ravens secondary. Dude was getting tossed around week 1 against an average wide receiver core on the Bills. I hear you, man. Listen. I hear you. Come here, boy. Good job. Listen, I hear y'all. So a lot of people aren't too happy about the move. But does it hurt you? Let's be honest about it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Jaire Alexander is going to just completely change everything for the Eagles, but can they do worse? Can they do worse, bro? That's how I'm looking at it. Can they do worse? I don't think they can. It's a beautiful night, too. Tiffany says these moves will just make the team better. I don't care what anyone says. I ain't even mad at her. I ain't mad at her at all. Derek Lupton says, Doxson lovers, speak the truth. Hey, appreciate you. Katara's mom says, always haters try to mess us up. Y'all funny, man. Let's see. Catch XRP says, been a Birds fan since before you hugged mommy's apron. Y'all talking crazy. Let's see. Anpuman says, can't be worse than the two dudes with a lot of E's on their name, Kelly Ringo and Dory Jackson. We traded a pack of gum for Alexander. No Hands says, what's up, Tom? What's going on, bro? What's going on? Listen, I appreciate y'all too, man, for vibing out with me, man. We just cooling, we just kicking it, talking about this move. I mean, I don't think trading for Jaire Alexander hurts you at this point. You gave up a pick. You didn't give up a player. So it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't really hurt you. Great. Robert Reed says, bro, Green Bay and the Lions catching the belt. I swear they don't know what's about to hit them. I'm tired of the media talking bad on us. We about to shut them up, gang. Facts. I'm not scared of Detroit. I'm not scared of Green Bay. I'm not scared of none of those teams. Because at the end of the day, they still got to play the game. At the end of the day, they still got to play the game. That's all that matters. They still got to play the game. I don't care what they did against who. I don't care about none of that. They still got to play the game. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I don't care what I don't care what Jahmyr Gibbs doing. I don't care what David Montgomery's doing. I don't care what Jameson Williams is doing. I don't care what Amon-Ra doing. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. They still got to play the game. I don't care what Christian Watson or I don't care what the boy Matthew Golden is doing. Hey, come here. Come here. I don't care what none of them boys is doing. I don't care what Josh Jacobs doing. Come here. Good boy. I don't care what none of them doing. I mean it's from the bottom of my heart. They still got to play the game. Detroit got to come to Philly. They got to come to Philly. They got to come get this home cooking. They got to come get this ass whooping. Detroit got to come to Philly. And then Green Bay, listen, Lambeau, y'all ain't got the same aura like y'all used to. So that's that. Let's see where we at, man. We still got over 100 people in this joint. We vibing right now. I better start going live from my phone more. Yeah, they paying them boys a lot of money just to do a whole lot of losing. They spent almost a billy. They spent a whole lot of money just to see these guys lose. You feel me? Come on, let's go. Hey, you're not coming to my house with that. Drop it. Come on. Shh. Come on. Loki, come on. Shh. You're not bringing... Yo, don't you hate when your dog is trying to bring something in the house? Loki, come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Drop it. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Sheesh. All right, we're about to end this thing, man. I appreciate y'all. It's been a hell of a stream, though. Again, Jaire Alexander traded to the Eagles. Eagles sent over a 6th-round 2026 pick. They got Jaire Alexander and a 2027 7th-round pick back. Keep in mind, they also traded for nickel corner Michael Carter II, and they sent John Mechie III to the Jets. So the Eagles got 2 new corners coming in. Michael Carter II from the Jets is now a Philadelphia Eagle. And most recently, Jaire Alexander, outside corner, is now a Philadelphia Eagle. We're going to see how it turns out, though. We're definitely going to see. So make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure you guys hit that hype button as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate you guys for locking in the way y'all did, man. Y'all showed out. Y'all did a hell of a job here. So, again, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the hype button. Make sure you guys comment below. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.